Everybody? Welcome to YouTube. I've been doing these a lot on my daily walks with my dog on Instagram, but it's hard to do these. But I said, fuck it. The kids are doing the dishes. They're home, obviously. Everybody's home. School's canceled for the school year, but we're still making gains. We're still posting daily workouts. Doing all I can. Got an article up this week about some new trendy discovery in for a nitrosogene, which is a really great ingredient we have in Vasky. And things are just rocking and rolling for us. Keeping tabs on everything. I know y'all got your stimulus checks, hopefully, if you qualified for them. That's positive. I know that a lot of businesses, for you business owners out there, got your SBA loans. So it's not all bad news. I mean, unless you're looking at the debt we're putting our future in. But hey, who cares? YOLO. Anyway, yeah, so things are looking, we don't know. They're talking about opening some parts of the country up in May, whether you like that or not, whether you think we're all going to die from a virus or not. That's positive for people who have businesses who have been shut down. So there's a lot of positive news, a lot of negative news. April 16th, what is that? We got 15 days until hopefully some parts of the country start, slowly coming out of hibernation. As far as gyms being open, I get asked this a lot. I have no idea, but I would assume that it would be one of the last things to open in a lot of areas because of the close proximity. However, I did hear rumors that in states like Tennessee, I have not confirmed this, that they are allowing May 1st opening, and it's going to be rules like, for example, 5 people for 1,000 square feet, cleaning stations set up at different parts of the gym. So I'm hearing rumbles about that. I heard that from a very good source. So like states like Tennessee, they will probably, like, for example, if you go to Lifetime, there's definitely over that amount of people. So they would have their classes set up where people are social distancing, and they stop letting people in. So you literally see a line at Lifetime waiting to get into the gym, if this is true. And if they're going to have, if that's for small gyms, for big gyms, gyms under a certain amount of members, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're working. I know the state of Tennessee has a, what do they call that? A coalition or some shit of people getting together, a task force. That's it. A task force of people, how to open up the economy, and I'm sure they'll explore every section of the economy. Bad news is Gold's Gym is closing down 30 gyms, corporate-owned Gold's Gyms. Uh, I know that 24 Hour Fitness had to take out all of their $210 million line of credit to sustain. Equinox is having trouble paying. I know I know that Crunch Fitness, a couple of them, 200 of them are probably going under. So you're not going to notice a huge economic downturn in a lot of sectors of the economy. I'm just talking about the gym sector. I could talk about more, but since this is a fitness YouTube channel, that's what I see. As for what you can do, buy a set of bands. I was actually, it's funny because I was training my wife today. We trained outdoors. It's gorgeous. It was like 55, 60 degrees out, but it was nice. I was in shorts and a t-shirt. Sun was beaming down. Um, it was feeling good. And I don't, I'm going to still squat and do that stuff. But if I didn't have weights forever, I think I'd maintain, if not make new gains. And I think a lot of injuries would heal. I'm not saying I want gyms to go out of business, but I'm saying for your personal self, be sure to get a set of bands. Where to buy them? I've been recommending Amazon for the last, since this whole thing started. I'm not saying I personally sold, but all the bands I've recommended have sold out. Undersun and what's that other brand I recommended? I can't remember. But so now we did source some bands for Tiger Fitness, not all sizes. We basically bought out every domestic supply of bands. If they're on Tiger Fitness now, if they haven't sold out, this is not a sales pitch. I don't care where you buy your bands, just buy them. I'm trying to get more in the next 2 to 4 weeks. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I wish I had more bands to sell. Not to make money, but shit, I was selling it on Amazon. Like I was referring people to Amazon up until today. So call it what it's worth. As long as you get bands, I don't care where you get them. Shit, I recommended people first went to Dick's Sporting Goods. I just want you to have bands because that's your fail safe, right? Like bands will always save the day for you. Bands will always save the day. It'll always be there. It'll always provide resistance. So be sure to get a set of bands. I can't emphasize this. Again, I'm sure if we're not already sold out, because I had a very limited supply, it is what it is. But let's get to questions. and we'll get stimulus sale would be very bad taste. Very bad taste. We did just run a sale or a promotion between Sunday, Easter, and Tuesday. Basically, our prices are so fair and we don't mark them up. For example, I'm not saying they do it, but if a site runs a sale every day, it's not really a sale. It's gouging your prices and marking them up and then pretending like you're running a deal. It's what J.C. Penney used to do. It's what Kohl's used to do. And you see some of our competitors do that. That's a very cheesy thing to do. I will say this. Tomorrow we are going to start a deal on Clash and Vasky Stack, but that's it. At the end of the day, we have very fair prices. We run our deals every year, but I'm not going to take advantage of people and run a stimulus sale. I think I'll get a lot of blowback if I did call it a stimulus sale. We did do for our email members only, we did do when this all went down, when everything shut down, we did a deal just to our direct email base. So, that was something we did, but we tried to keep it within taste. I don't want to capitalize on people's fears. I don't want to capitalize on people getting a stimulus check and running a stupid deal. At the end of the day, we're a good company. You should support us. And we have to pay our bills too. And if we ran sales every day, it would really make it hard for us to maintain our profitability. And as you know, if we're not profitable, we're gone too. So it is what it is. But we will have a deal going up tomorrow. But to call it a stimulus deal would be really, really bad taste, in my opinion. And you might not be one of the guys who have a cool sale. But if you've ever been to Twitter or anywhere else, I will get friggin' roasted if I ran a stimulus sale. Watch anybody else who's run a stimulus sale, though, they're just bashing them for taking advantage of the situation. Hey, all I did, check it out. I showed myself, I use these headbands, so I use them as masks, right? Now, we've had these for over a year, right? So I just said, look, guys, just got to cover your face when you're out in public. You just got to cover your face. So I'm like, here's what I do. Just get something to cover your face. And then I had it was only like 5 or 10 people fucking come at me for not giving these away for free. First of all, our cost on these are pretty high, right? They're very high for these. I can't just give these to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, these cost me money, and they're not face masks. These are headbands, and we bought these before the shutdown. Like, I'm not responsible for everybody's face coverings. What I'm saying is, if you already have these as headbands, pull that bitch over your face, cover your nose and mouth. It's a face covering, which they're recommending everybody wears. So in this climate, you have to be really, really, really careful with the political correct police, or just being. And I would get mad too if someone was like, "Hey, stimulus sale." I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So you got to walk on eggshells, man. Especially dealing with a pandemic where people are scared, they've lost their jobs. Things are rough out there, man. Hey, Saudi Arabia in the house, man. How much cardio pre-cons if I'm doing about 1,900 calories a day and want to drop on 10 pounds in 6 weeks? Um, you sure you're gonna have a show? It depends. I'd say for any diet, even contest prep, the idea is to keep cardio as low as possible and calories as high as possible for as long as possible. My answer would be as much cardio as it takes to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, or to get. You're looking at 10 pounds in 6 weeks. Yeah, that's easy. So basically, adjust your calories down or your cardio up, and 1,900 calories actually isn't that low. To get people ready for shows, um, you might have to go lower than that, even for a large bodybuilder. I've seen large super heavyweights, not people I coached, but I've seen people take large super heavyweights below 1,500 calories those last couple of weeks. I believe John Meadows, when he got ready for, if I'm not mistaken, he was literally eating egg whites all day. To get shredded, you got to get nasty. But generally speaking, cardio, I've had some people do 2 hours a day. I've had some people do no cardio. It depends on the person and your genetics, and also your diet style. Top 5 best bodybuilders of all time or now? Because of all time, Ronnie's the best. I put Dexter at second, if not first. Dexter because he's 50 and he's won more than anybody. Ronnie's won more Sandows, but Dexter's won more shows. I'd put Ronnie first, Dexter second. Third, I'd have to go with just personal preference on everything, Dorian Yates. Um, Fourth and fifth, I mean, you could toss that up in the air all you want. You got Haney. You got so many damn good bodybuilders. Those are my top 3. Um, But basically, all Olympians should tie for fourth and fifth. Every one of them is a tie for fourth and fifth. From Brandon to Sean to all those guys, but I have my top three. Dexter is definitely in it. Dorian is in it because I'm partial to the grainy, veiny body. I'm partial to what he brought to the stage. And Ronnie, you just can't argue Ronnie. But everything else, they're very comparable. Hey, bro, your band workout gave me so much lean gains to haven't trained after my first competition. That's awesome, man. I'm glad I could help you. Yates row or regular barbell rows? Both. Switch up. Do both. We in South Africa, we in lockdown. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that, man. But I mean, Sweden's not locked down at all, and they're doing just dandy. So we might come out of this the same as Sweden, and everybody's go like, "Oh no, what the fuck did we do?" Or Sweden might all die tomorrow, and we'll be like, "Yay!" But I don't think anybody's gonna be yay. But you know what I'm saying? Like this is a guess. Like whether a lockdown works or not, I don't fucking know. I'm not an epidemiologist, but I'm just doing what I can. Is it true that it's better to consume glucose and fructose together before the workout? I think it's just work out. Just take your pre-workout. If you like carbs, eat them. Um, I don't think you're that good where that matters. And I'm not making fun of you. I'm not that good. I eat an outright bar and I train. Now, outright is a combination of fructose and glucose because it has honey, which is fructose. Then it has the other carbohydrate in there, which convert to glucose. So I would say it doesn't matter. Unless you're an elite professional athlete where every percentage counts, just fucking work out and hit your macros. Where's the stimulus cell guy? I already answered that one. Is it true? I over answered that one. Is it true that consuming? Okay, I already answered that one. Hey, I was going in an MMA competition right before all this happened. I was wondering what you thought about fighters not having sex before fights. That's an old wives' tale. However, I'm married to an old wife, and I like her tale. Honestly, here's the deal. If that's in your head, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like how long before fights? Like are you talking like a month or a day? Because honestly, the day before a contest or before even my boxing match, like kids are here, so I'm not gonna. But I'm not really thinking about that. I'm thinking about the fight, and usually I try my best to get away from my family. Like when I compete, they're never there when I used to compete. So I used to just go in my hotel room and just get ready for the show mentally and physically, fill out and all that. Um, my opinion is scientifically no, but if it's in your mind that it might affect you, just don't do it unless it's like for a month. Then that's just not fair. In fact, Deontay Wilder argued that it actually helps him. Again, but there's no science to suggest that that does nothing. Hey, Mark, I love the outright bars, best bar I've ever taken. Well, thank you. How can you overload a muscle groups with dumbbells only up to 30 to 50 pounds? Depends on the muscle group. I can do that in my biceps. Reps, I mean, not really. I'd get a set of resistance bands because I guarantee you this the extra heavy resistance band, and I'm a guy who has bench pressed 500 pounds and can throw up 150-pound dumbbells for 20 reps. 15, no, 16. Did I get 20? I think I did get 20. Um, it's been a long time. Get some resistance bands. We got them right now on Tiger Fitness. Maybe they could be gone. I don't know. I only got it like a couple hundred of them. Like it's gonna sell out quick. I put it on Instagram. Thoughts on CJC 1295 or I for weight loss? No fucking idea. I have heard TB 500 BP 157 helps with healing. I've heard that, but I don't know. I don't pay attention to these things, man. Like I have a doctor who prescribes me what I need, and I'm not into these weird fucking peptides and SARMs and hormones. I'm not the guy. Like I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're good. I'm saying I'm not the guy. Like that's not me. That's not my thing. ET on cookie dough outright bar. Hey, did you have a date yet? End of first week in May. Best case scenario. How long is a 5 pound away good sealed for? I found one. It's about 2 years old. Well, there's an expiration date, but I would say probably 6 years from my knowledge of how that shit. And even then, it's probably fine. Run an immunity cell with immunity boosting. I did a video on that. I understand they're essentials, but we have everyday low prices. We just ran a deal Sunday through Tuesday. If I need a marketing manager, I will look in. You can send your resume, and I'm not being facetious at all. But again, we just ran a sale Sunday through Tuesday. If our prices are marked up enough, like our competitors do, where they run sales, They don't lose money. We have such competitive pricing throughout the regular weeks that we don't need to run sales and trick you guys, which is what other sites, maybe rhymes with bodybuilding.com, do. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that again. Their guy in charge of that stuff. He came from Kohl's and J.C. Penney, and that's how they operate. It's all raise the price, keep it for a little bit so the government stays off you, and then run a sale. And I think that's a douchey thing to do because at the end of the day, you're paying the same. We also have free shipping across the U.S. with orders over $99, and we ship from both Vegas and Ohio, which gets there faster than most sites. We're beating Amazon every day. Every day, we're beating Amazon because Amazon's bogged down. And our workers are literally working overtime, literally every day to make sure all the orders get out. San Antonio, what's up? How does Tennessee compare to when you lived in North Carolina? I've been down to Tennessee before and actually looking forward to Tennessee. Tennessee is the most beautiful place on earth. I think it is by far the greatest place on planet Earth. And I've been to everywhere from Australia to Brazil, you name it. Not now because I'd be quarantined and probably get COVID-19. But I can't say one bad thing about Tennessee. Love it. I've been lifting as a lifetime natural for 5.25 years consistently, and this lockdown lasts for 3 months. Okay, that's fine. Here's what you do. You get bands. Nothing changes. Could I regain strength, muscle mass in 1.5 months, given muscle memory and if my nutrition on point? Again, don't worry about it. Get bands. Get resistance bands. Trust me. Resistance is resistance. You guys do not have to lose anything. Just get resistance bands. I've been beating this drum for a long time. This is the first day I'm actually making money selling bands. I've sold over 1,000 bands off of Amazon easily, and sets of bands. So probably 5,000 fucking bands are in people's hands over that because of me. And I've never made a dime. This is what I really believe. If there is no gym available, you buy a pair of resistance bands. I don't care if you have dumbbells or not, just get some. And if you're not without a gym, still get some in case you travel or you just want to train outdoors. Quick question, been maintaining 200 tests and 0.25 Arimidex and Arimidex necessary. It's a good question for your doctor, bro. Thoughts on enzymes with meals? Also, they're good. Also, pros you can name off top of your head that didn't have a fast metabolism, think were thick guys in general. Oh man, I do know this, but I can't think of it. Most bodybuilders I know, their main issue is eating enough. They have very fast, but you got to look at like Lee Priest got pretty fat. I know he had to eat for it, but like there's some guys I know who can eat burgers, Big Macs, and fried chicken all day long, KFC type shit, and not gain weight or gain very little weight. So unless they add in some really highly androgenic steroids like D-Bol and Anadrol and this shit. But yeah, I do. I don't off the top of my head, I don't know. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Would you have a snake? No, I don't like snakes. If I'm running every other day for a total 20 to 30 kilometers a week and training legs once a week, would adding another leg session be detrimental? It depends on you and your recovery. Was there a change in sweetener in Planta? No, some flavors use Splenda. The best sellers use Splenda, and the others use stevia and monk fruit. So we use Splenda and monk fruit in the Splenda ones, like the PB banana, the best sellers, the ones that people like the taste of. And then in the natural ones, we use stevia and monk fruit. What supplement companies are you owner or co-owner in? I'll name the ones that I'm public about for sure. Ambrosia, MTS Nutrition, Tiger Fitness. Yeah, those are the three. Provide them, I can say that. Pump Chasers. Okay. Compton, California in the house, waiting on my bands. All right, man. Awesome. It's a must to donate blood. I blast and cruise. And how to, yeah, it is a must to donate blood. No matter what you do, just because it's the right thing to do. What's up, Marc? Hope all is well. All is beyond well for me. And I just hope that everybody else is doing really well right now, too. Thoughts on the ECA stack? I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. I think the fat burners on the market now, like Drop Factor, actually just Drop Factor. I don't really care about the others. I think those are just as good, if not better, and they're legal. So two things I look at is, are they legal? to sell as a fat burner, and are they effective? And ECA isn't effective. Is there a link for the bands? Go to tigerfitness.com and type in resistance bands in the search engine, and they're the Olympiada resistance bands. And we had everything but smalls in. Would you have a girl? I have a girl. I have a wife, so I have two girls. Well, no, I have a girl. That's my daughter. It's a girl, Christina. Would I have a girl? You talk like, do you want to move in? I'm confused. Yeah, the ECA. I answered the ECA stack. Unless we get more questions, I'm gonna check out and take my dog on a walk because it's beautiful outside. Did you have to get off TRT to have kids? No. Your thoughts of intermittent fasting, a good option to help immune system? I've seen no data that indicates that intermittent fasting is going to do much for the immune system. People claim it will because of the autophagy, bro. But I think to get that benefit, you have to go for 24 plus hours. The whole 16-8 bullshit fucking fast, the scamming fast, the one where I could sell more books fast. No, I don't think that does anything at all. That's just my opinion. I'd rather see you eat, but eat foods that are high in antioxidants and healthy, beneficial nutrients. Thanks for uploading the video on pH, alkaline acid, and how it affects the body. It's been up to all the pseudoscience believers I know. It's my pleasure. Will I turn into Iron Man if I eat lots of tuna? No. When should gyms open up? Are you asking when I think they're going to open up, or when my opinion is on when they should open up? My opinion is one that is a bit more personal responsibility and masks. But as far as I know, some gyms in the state of Tennessee have been instructed that they could open on May 1st with certain guidelines. I don't know about the rest of the country. I wouldn't expect a gym to be open in New York till at least August. I wouldn't expect that. Sorry, I missed your response on ECA stack. Would you mind answering it again? I said, no. I wouldn't take it. 16 fast is BS, real fast. Exactly. Can steroids cause depression and anxiety if I ever come off? Absolutely, because you're losing your gains. Your hormones are going to be off balance. That's why I recommend you do it under the care of a physician or doctor. Thoughts on one, Andrew? No, I don't have any. I would believe it's a bit hepatotoxic. Are the bands the length of the ones you use in the videos? Yes, they're exactly the same. Same length, same width. In fact, it's probably the same fucking manufacturer. I mean, it's pretty much made by a couple plants in China. Whether you like China or not, that's where the bands come from. If you're anti-China, don't buy the fucking bands because you're not going to find U.S.-made resistance bands. It is what it is. China makes all that shit. They just do. I'm not the one who decides that. And I'm not ready to open up a band making facility. So yeah, those are they're all the pretty much. If you see the bands, they all look like the bands that I use. They're going to be the same fucking bands. I mean, there's very subtle differences. But yeah, the bands are the bands. We actually know the factory that makes them in China, like we do. Or as Trump said, China. You ever notice that he really overpronounces China? What's good, you slave? Well, I mean, slave would be I guess, no, I'm not really a slave. I'm a business owner. I don't even have a boss. Mark, under that headband, are you sporting the long rocker hair like the rest of us? No, I actually shaved mine with a 1 a week ago. But that's my last haircut. I'm holding out till we get a fucking barber open here, man. And whatever happens, happens. This is all growing to shit. I'm going to shave my body, though. But yeah, I've committed to wearing hats and bands for a while. Is one cycle only worth it? Nope. I want a black Springer with a big tiger from Tiger Fitness. Cool. I hope you know a good graphic guy in a print shop. Yeah, we have our new spring swag coming out. I don't know if that was delayed or not. I know we have a few things. Yeah, we have something coming in. I haven't kept up with everything. We've been on the back end trying to make sure everything goes correctly, goes smoothly. I also handle all our sales domestically and internationally. And with the vitamin shop, the mint cookies and cream launch and all that. I don't talk about other companies. I don't care if they're, I've never heard of that company, but just for future reference, I don't talk about other companies unless I'm slandering them. And I really don't like to slander other companies. It always gets me in legal trouble. And I really need to stop that. Bad person for doing that. But I've gotten really better at that. Do you have any thoughts on cold therapy? It's been shown that post-workout cold baths have actually will lower testosterone and decrease recovery. So my opinion is a contrast shower. If you wonder what contrast shower is, have a video on it. Look up contrast shower Lobliner, and I have a whole video on it. I'm actually partially naked in it, and but other than that, cold water therapy like cold showers, cold baths are actually counterproductive to recovery and hormonal balance, based on the most current research. So yeah, I wouldn't purposely now in this apartment, we run out of hot water. I've been taking some cold showers. When will pumpkin way spice way be back in stock? Seasonal flavor, so expect it back in fall. You might want to give Tyler a heads up on that one. Might want to give Tyler a little heads up on that. Yeah, we should be moving into our new crib on May 20 something. I've been following you for years and so thankful to take the time to answer questions. My pleasure, Pope Gaines. My pleasure. I mean, I actually am busy. I just told Katie I need to make time at least twice a week to do these lives. Just say what's up, because Instagram gets all the love, but YouTube is where I started it all, man. YouTube is that's the hub. And where else can I see you partially naked? There's an OnlyFans site. What's your carb intake daily? Right now, I'm around 550 grams of carbs, um, which is a lot, but I burn through it pretty quickly. You having a popsicle? Yeah, but shouldn't we PO it and put it in the queue? Yeah, September. I'll try to make this my last question. Do you believe aspartame is bad for your health? No, I think it's plenty safe and tasty. Plenty safe and tasty. Waiting on the cookies and cream to get back in stock in my vitamin shop. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of orders showing up in the next week, so just keep an eye on that. Do you recommend Blast on Cruise or PCT? I recommend you talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I cannot give steroid advice. How is employment at TF Warehouse? Phenomenal. We have our employees and we're keeping them. Everybody's working their ass off. We have an increase in sales and they're getting them out every single day. Every single day. Getting out orders, making the FedEx cut off, like they're absolutely crushing it. Employment is great. If you're asking for hiring, the answer is I'd rather just offer the overtime to our current employees. And if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter or follow Tiger Fitness on Instagram, you'll notice that our employees have a lot of cool stuff. Um, we have a golf simulator, we have a massage chair, we have a basketball court, we have a full gym that is open to our employees only. Um, we have a lot of cool things, so it's a really great place to work, and it's great. How important do you think waking up early is? It depends why you're waking up early. Are you just waking up early to play video games or waking up early to do something? I think sleep is more important than waking up early. I don't care what all these fake ass fucking gurus tell you online. Those motherfuckers probably sleep until 11. At the end of the day, get your 8 hours of sleep. That's more important. Did you get your stimulus? Personally, no, we're not in that bracket, but business wise, business has been, again, I think is the best stimulus we've had. Way better than the one in 2009 that just benefited basically Goldman Sachs and airlines. If I train fast in the morning, do I need to eat carbs before bed? No, not necessarily. Your body stores glycogen quite well. You also have a liver. You'll be all right. And also, but you might prefer training with carbs. What I do if I train first thing in the morning, I don't train fasted. I eat an outright bar before I train. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. to work out only because I've always woken up early since I was a child. I go to bed at 8:30. As long as you get your sleep, that's all that matters. Sleep is more important than checking that old proverbial, oh, wake up early, wake up early. Look, I did that for so many years and it did nothing but fucking cause me health problems. Get your fucking 8 hours of sleep. Get your 8 hours of sleep. Stop listening to all these fucking fake ass motivational speakers because they make money telling you how to make money. Um, Tips or tricks used to maintain good HDL while taking things that smash it. I don't take things that smash it. I take things that might put in a more, but I eat healthy. I perform a lot of cardio, and my levels are perfect. Are essential oils as important as essential workers? Well, what's an essential oil? Are you a Trump supporter? I'm a Trump supporter when he does the right things. I'm a Trump criticizer when he does the wrong things. One thing I want you guys to know about me, if you don't, is I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I think when you belong to a party, you automatically see things through this tunnel. I am a independent. Do I? You can ask me issue by issue if I agree with Trump on certain issues, because it's generally the 60-40 going one way or the other. Uh, just like Obama, I'm not one of those guys who hates him. I think Obama was better than Bush, but I didn't think he was a good president, so to speak. I think he was better than Bush, but that's not saying much. My dog could have done a better job than George W. Bush. Um, yeah, I'm for Trump. I'm not going to wear a MAGA hat, but when he does something good, I'm going to tell you he did something good. When he does something stupid, I'm going to be the first one to say he did something stupid. But I'm not going to sit there and just be, Mr. Rah Rah towing the party line. I just think that's stupid, and I think that's ignorant too. When you belong to a political party, and I mean that for all y'all, for Democrats and Republicans, if you belong to a political party, you are cutting off your ability to think freely. Your immune system is on point. Does that make you susceptible to cytokine storm caused by COVID-19? So are you telling me that, okay, let's just answer this with a question. So would it be better to have a shitty immune system? You're always better being healthy than unhealthy. Respect you for independent thinking. I appreciate it. Should I build a home gym with my stimulus check? I think you should buy resistance bands and pay your bills. Because if you're getting a $1,200 stimulus check, we kind of know what you're making a year. What you're making under a year, and that's not baller money. So I would take that money and I'd invest it and make sure that you're safe and healthy. That's why they gave you those checks. They didn't give it to you to buy a car or a gym. It was, well, actually, they kind of did because they wanted to recirculate in the economy. Just don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Spend that money. Buy some bands for $100 and spend that money on fucking diapers if you have kids, or fucking food. I mean, and what kind of gym are you buying with $1,200? Like, I guess you could buy a rack, but then what about weights? Like, I think that's very short sighted, but that's what makes America great, right? Uh, I think Bush was AOL, didn't care for Obama either. Um, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of either of them, but I think Obama was better than Bush. Trump, yeah, it's difficult to say either way, because if I say I think Trump did a good job here, then the people who say I'm racist come in. If I say Trump did a bad job, then MAGA is just as hard. So it's like I just go issue by issue. Ask me about an issue, and I'm there. You know what I mean? Would you agree that there's not one keto guy that can put out in the gym the same way someone who had? I don't know. I've seen a lot of really dope keto guys. It depends on genetics and their output, but generally speaking, keto has been shown to decrease performance. How much further do you think the amount of cases will go? Oh, far. Especially when we get back in. The thing is, I hate to do this, but we have things out there that kill us. Car accidents, 2 million people plus from malaria every year. Things there's a lot of dangers to going out in society. What this does, it gets a new and very prevalent, very spreadable danger. But depending on which chart you look at, and if we're counting all deaths or just COVID deaths, where we've actually tested it, you go anywhere from 0.1 to 1% mortality rate, which is actually right there with, I hate when people, it's not the flu, it's way more contagious and worse than the flu, but it's right up there with the flu, depending on which chart you hit. Cases will go up. We have a vaccine for the flu. We have a vaccine, and we still have 40 to 80,000 people a year die from the flu. A year. We don't shut anything down. But people also don't give a fuck. So if the flu vaccine, let's say 20% get it, it's 50% effective. That means it's taken that down by 10%. So let's say we would have had 90,000 people die from the flu. That's a lot of fucking people. So if you look at the grand scheme of 350 million, I hate to do this because every life matters. even if we had a 1% death rate where everybody gets COVID, dies, the chance of getting COVID in Tennessee is about 1 in a million, even just getting it based on our testing now. We'll have more tests. They have everybody after this weekend, everybody can get a test. Everybody, even asymptomatic people. So yeah, if we test more people, the cases will go up. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think what's going to happen is the death rate will go down because there's more people. Obviously, if you're getting tested and you had it, you're not dead. So I think we're just seeing, I don't think anybody's screwing us over. I think that all politicians are covering their ass because if we let people out, like, do you think Trump was riding the economy? Like, his economy was crushing it. Do you think he really purposely shut it down? No, they're just scared. They're doing what they know. I don't like it. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll get more of my opinion. I don't bring that opinion here. Twitter's my political platform. But generally speaking, wear a fucking mask when you go outside. That's all I'll say about this. Just fucking get it out your head. I'm not wearing a fucking mask. Fuck you, wear a mask. It's 70% effective. And think about it this way. If someone hawks a loogie on you, if it's no mask, that shit's all going in you 100%. You wear a mask, just a little bit dribble getting in there. Just wear something over your fucking nose and mouth. That's all I ask. That will help. Will it prevent? Nope. Will it help prevent? Yep. Any percent counts. 70% is always better than 0%. Wear a fucking mask. Wear a fucking mask. Wear a fucking mask. Yeah, Twitter is actually one of my favorite platforms. I get very way outside the box. How many steps do you do daily? A lot. I don't know because I don't like wear my Apple Watch anymore. Hey, Mark, just want to say the MTS Whey Protein from Tiger Fitness tastes great. Thank you. How many steps? Yeah, I answered that. Do you have a position for how China can pay for this? We can't go to war with them because they might win. Like, China's a fucking badass. So what we need to do is just economic sanctions and just work with it so they don't fucking do it again. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the intricacies of our relationship right now. Here are some name suggestions for your next protein bar: Stimulus bar, Corona bar, Wuhan bar, Bat bar. I'll go with Bat bar. Yeah, Twitter is at Marc Lobliner. Do you think the virus is created in a lab in Canada and distributed throughout the world by the Chinese? I don't know. I've seen a lot of different angles of that. Do you agree with bodybuilders taking the amount of the steroids nowadays? I don't. It's not my place to agree or disagree with someone's intake of a personal use substance. Looking at buying some mini bands, they come in two different sizes, a narrow fit or slight. Um, I don't know what mini bands you're looking at, but that's not the mini bands that I have. Mini bands that I have come in 5 different resistance levels, and yeah, you guys have a new bar of maple syrup. We have the well, I have an entire article. Well, it's the vegan bars. They have maple syrup because honey's not vegan. Maple syrup contains 25 plus antioxidants. Um, very, I'd almost call it a super carb or a superfood. It doesn't have the blood sugar spike that regular sugar does. I'm not going to make a case for it being better than honey because it isn't. Is it comparable to honey? Yes, but it's not better than honey. We simply used it because we can't use honey in the vegan bars. For someone who loves eggs, I can eat around 10 whole eggs and neglecting lectins to use. Is it safe? Sure. When do most gyms open up back up? I don't know, man. Ask your governor, man. Best blood flow ingredients. I just did a video on this yesterday, Nanny. My video is on this channel. Just go to my video yesterday. Is outright pancakes coming to Vitamin Shop? Nope. We don't have the margin in it to sell to anyone else but Tiger Fitness. Do you agree with teenagers taking steroids? No. Hey, this is a great Q&A. Well, thank you, Thomas. What are the chances that some brick and mortar stores start carrying your products in the UK? They already do. We have 150 plus carrying MTS and outright. If you go to Protein Bargain in the UK, Protein Bargain Wholesale.co. Just look up Protein Bargain on Google, Protein Bargain Wholesale, and they will be able to direct you to the closest one. But we are in over 100 retail stores in the UK. TRT causes coronavirus just like 5G. Okay. How accurate is that local honey helps improve allergies? There's no studies to back it up, but it kind of makes sense. Kind of think about it. You're taking a micro dose of pollen every day. I mean, I don't know. I personally use Flonase and what's the one we use? The Z, the fucking Well, yeah, Zyrtec. Zyrtec. Anybody in Canada carrying your products? Yes, we have over 160 retailers of the outright bar in Canada. I just posted an Instagram on it the other day. Nutrition Excellence is our distributor, but I posted on our Instagram. They're also we can't put them on our retail locator because I can't get their fucking addresses because our distributor system sucks. But nonetheless, we are in over 160 stores in Canada. I just posted on my Instagram 2 or 3 days ago. Glutamine, yay or nay? No need. You don't need to spend the money on it. You think 9/11 was an inside job? Man, this is getting all fucking wacky today. I don't think it is, but if it was, I wouldn't be surprised. Does that make sense? Like nothing surprises me anymore. I'm not gonna like I wouldn't go, oh my god, I can't believe the government would do that. I'm not. I don't think it was personally, but again, like I don't have all the facts. Like I'm just watching Netflix documentaries and TV. Like yo, is it possible to add honey to protein powders? Yes, you put the protein in the blender, then you put the honey, and you press on, and preferably some liquid. You should enable super chats. I have no idea what those are. What if I told you it was 9/11? Then I'd be like, you're the 400th person who told me that. How much cardio do you do? Well, we're under quarantine, so I go on like 5 dog walks a day. So I'm literally doing 2 hours of cardio a day. I don't want to get in a whose dick is bigger with me or Chris's pre-workout, but I will say that my dick is way bigger than his. For God's sakes, he's not even American. By the Israeli government. Oh God. Please don't get into this fucking Jew conspiracy shit. We have enough things going against us. We have big noses. We're fucking lactose intolerant. We're fucking prone to cystic fibrosis. Like, let us have a fucking break. Mark, did you play video games back in the day? And college was the only place I really played them after Duck Hunt. I liked StarCraft. When we are at the market, you wear a protective mask and you see someone else not wearing a mask. People in your opinion wear a mask and go inside the market, be denied entry. Since a market is a private business, I do believe that the market has every right and should tell people to not come in their store if they're not wearing a mask. And they should probably get some surgical masks. They're very cheap and they are available now. I could buy 5,000 off the internet right now. And if someone does not have a mask, you provide them with a mask. I do believe everybody in grocery stores should be wearing masks. Did you move to Tennessee for tax reasons? That's one of the reasons. Do you recommend moving there? Only if you vote the way I do. Like, don't come in here and vote for fucking Bernie Sanders, is what I'm saying. Because we don't need that shit. Then you're just going to turn Tennessee into California, and we're fucked. Optimum body fat for bulking. I say you started under 8%. That video posted of that guy getting dragged off the bus was messed up. I do think some police officers, which, by the way, we have donated thousands of dollars of outright bars to police officers and nurses and doctors on the front lines right now. At the end of the day, I do believe that a lot of police officers are overstepping their constitutional boundaries and should be prosecuted with the extent of the law and stripped of their badge. A lot of them, not all of them. 99.9% of cops are amazing, but those gentlemen we saw in Raleigh stopping First Amendment rights, I think they should definitely be arrested. That's just my opinion. I find it hard to get a pump working back. Any tips? Try to focus on squeezing mind muscle connection and focus on either the rotation of the watch my video I put up tomorrow for back training with bands. I give a lot of good pointers. I just filmed it today. When did you start working out? I'm still waiting to start. I was 13 years old. 9/11, Bush, Rumsfeld, and Cheney. I don't think so. I think Bush is too stupid to orchestrate that. Like people call Bush an idiot and then they accuse him of the biggest friggin' scandal of all time. Like, come on, man. Bush, I'm surprised that motherfucker could talk. Like I'm not taking up for GWB, bro. Nah, GWB ain't my homie. Not George W. Bush. Like I remember Obama was office. I used to criticize him, like, dude, I don't know about this. Well, George W. Bush did this. Wait a second. Just because I don't like something Obama did doesn't mean I liked Bush. Is it necessary to drink BCAAs or EAA? Because I think it helps. In fact, right now, machine fuels in this beautiful ambrosia cup. Are calves the most genetic body part for bodybuilding? I'd say it's right up there. In the UK, 5G conspiracy theorists are burning down emergency service towers. TRT was a joke. Are you serious, dude? Well, UK, now talk about your police are completely overstepping their boundaries. They're trying to find people having picnics in fucking forests. Like, that's crazy. Like, right when I think we have it bad here, I just look at the UK and I'm like, freedom. The only country that's actually kept their democracy is Sweden. Sweden is kicking everybody's ass in COVID, and they have not shut down their economy. Okay. Dude, let's just get off the whole Israel. This is getting way out of hand. I should have not talked about any of this. How do you feel about women's bodybuilding coming back to the Olympia? It failed once, it'll fail again. Are you going to box again? One day. Not competitively, but I am going to spar and I am going to hit bags. Right now, not only I am putting my gym at home. We were going to put machines, but now with bands, I've totally redesigned what I want to do with it. So I'm glad we did it. We're putting down all rubber flooring. We're going to have a squat rack, a nice big power rack. We can also attach the bands to it and all that good stuff. We're going to have obviously deadlift bar and all that good stuff and weights, but we're going to have a heavy bag in there. So I'm definitely going to keep up my boxing. But man, I'm 40, bro. I ain't fighting anybody. It's not like I'm Luis Ortiz, man. When did you start steroids and why you stopped them? I never stopped. I started for TRT at 27, and I've been on HRT since I was 27. I'm now 39. Can you build muscle with bands? I find it tough to get a mind to muscle. If you can't, if you, how do I say this? Bands are easier to get a mind muscle connection with. It also follows your body's own natural strength curve. I've answered the question on every video I've done to the point where when I do it, Katie rolls her eyes at me. The mind muscle connection with bands is much superior to weights because you can control it throughout the range of motion. And also, you need to think about what causes progressive overload. Overload. Your muscle is not smart enough to know if you're lifting a rock, a barbell, a dumbbell, or a band. So that should answer your question. And if you have no mind muscle connection with bands, you're doing it wrong. Are sweet potatoes the best bodybuilding carb source? They're a good choice, but I wouldn't label anything as the best. Best way to build a massive neck and traps. I think farmer's walks are a good start. There's a lot of different neck exercises. Generally speaking, having sounds weird, load on your neck. If you look, a lot of football players have large necks from wearing that helmet all the time. Just like anything else, neck training. Look up exercises for that. Do you advise doing bodyweight exercises? Push-ups are a bodyweight exercise. I've been using bands on my off days and glad I started doing that. Awesome. Coming back to a bulk while working out at home, if you're well equipped, at 200 pounds, what should your protein roughly be at? 200 grams. Gram per pound. Do you think Phil is coming back? Well, I don't know bodybuilding is coming back. LA straight said there's no sporting events till 2021. So I don't know. Maybe why don't you, like, Phil's on social media? Why don't you ask Phil? Like, Phil's easy. Like, I could text Phil right now. He gets back to me within 5 minutes. Like, I know you don't have a personal relationship, but like, have you ever thought of asking Phil? He does lives like every 5 minutes. My calves and ankles are always tight, limiting my squat, causing knee pain. If you look at my video, look up Pillar Prep Lobliner, PILLAR Prep Lobliner, and I have a great series on how to loosen yourself up with foam rollers. Anyway, guys, I have my computer behind this phone and shit's going crazy. I'm gonna catch up with this, walk my dog, and I'll talk to y'all later.